Hey y'all, it's me, the Nosy Goddess, and today we're getting into the business of Dawn Robinson, formerly of the groups En Vogue and Lucy Pearl. Okay, yeah, so Dawn Robinson, she's been out of the spotlight for a minute, and she has basically come to the internet to let us know that she's been homeless and living in her car for the past 3 years. Yeah, let's take a listen.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA. So I said, okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. Do we have? And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there until I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff. So that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I can do that. I can do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you, because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. Like, no, his apartment was $1,700 a month, and then my hotel was over $3,000. Yeah, way too much. And no, I'm not doing this. I can't. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes I think, you guys, people want to trap you and keep you in a situation where you're vulnerable and depending on them. And I wasn't the one. So yeah, I got out of there. So there's two people that I have in my life that are keeping me going, but I'm proud of me. And I'd rather be on my own right now and see my family when it's time, and when things change, hopefully they come to terms with what they did. You know, my sister, we don't talk, but I helped her so much when I first got in Vogue and through my career. And now no one is anywhere to be found. And that's okay. I know how I treated everybody in my life. They're the ones who have to live with how they treated me. So I feel for them, but I can't tell them how to behave. They're grown.
Well, that's part of her story. Her actual YouTube page has a whole 18-minute video of her testimony. I will go ahead and put the link in the description of this video in case you want to go listen to the whole dialogue. I don't really know. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Some of it sounds like there's not a lot of gratitude. I don't know what the situation with her mom was or with this manager. She sounds like she also had an assistant. I don't know how you are living in your car and you have a manager, you have an assistant. She's so talented. I just don't know why she can't. She should be able to book lounges, something, in order for her to be able to live and sustain her own independent lifestyle. Sounds like she's kind of settling for car life right now. But she's coming out and letting us know. And like this one, there's no judgment. This can happen to anyone. You can be up today and down tomorrow with the blinking of an eye. I know that to be true for sure. Life is full of ups and downs. But the biggest thing for me in life is gratitude and to have an abundant mindset. So I don't know, she seems like she's somebody who has had issues in the past with relationships. Now, as I mentioned before, she's from the iconic group En Vogue. If you guys weren't around for En Vogue, they came out with their smash hit Hold On. It debuted on number 2 of the US Hot 100 in 89, and then their album debuted in 1990. They were a huge hit. I remember, hey, I was right in front at one of their shows. I think it was at the Palladium in Hollywood. But she was the first to leave the group in 1997. I remember always hearing or reading about things about them not being able to get along or some type of contention between her and the group members. And then a couple years later, we hear joined the trio Lucy Pearl, which also had a huge hit or two. And this was with Raphael Sadiq of Tony, 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 and Ali Shaheed of Tribe Called Quest. I mean, it was a dynamic trio. And that also broke up not long after they had a couple of hits. And she, again, was at the center, it seems, of the controversy. And of course, I'm not trying to blame her or say that she is the cause of all the problems. But what I'm saying is that she always seemed to be in the middle of controversy or seemingly the bottom line or the common denominator when it came to any contention or issues when it came to the groups. So with that being said, listen, prayers up for her. Hopefully she's safe because that's very important, especially when you're living outside like that. And hopefully she is able to mend her relationships. Her mother, she says she doesn't speak to her sister. Her manager, she and her manager sounds like they may have fallen out. Sounds like she needs some type of help because she's very talented and I think she should be out there performing and making some cash, child. Okay? So I guess that's all I got for now, y'all. Till next time. Bye.